Shabba Khaan Show.
And now, here's our host, Akasha Shabba Khaan.
Welcome, everybody. We're glad you're here today. Had a wonderful holiday weekend. I hope you all did too. Merry Christmas to you all. Hope Santa Claus brought you everything you were hoping for. I know he did me. Hey, today I want to talk about something we haven't discussed in a while, and what I like about it is a good friend of mine dropped by yesterday, and we were having this conversation, and he started sharing with me that he was noticing that things were beginning to change, that attitudes were beginning to change. People were not perhaps as willing to allow people to take advantage of them like they used to. They're going to stand up for themselves. And he's noticed that, the American people are getting a little more frisky here, and they're not willing to just accept anything that our politicians tell us, or that our politicians say that they're going to do. And he believes that what he's seeing is that people are starting to make our politicians be more responsible for what they promise to us. If they promise it, then we kind of expect it, and if we don't get it, you're going to be gone. It's the way it should be. In this conversation, he alluded to what he was seeing was a shift in consciousness, a change that was taking place. And he referred to a good friend of ours, and she's kind of really a new agey kind of a lady, and she expresses herself in new age vernacular and terms. And he says, now I don't see this change happening the way that she does. He goes, I said, what do you mean by that? And he says, well, I don't see, like she would express it, that, there's this wave of energy that's just sweeping over the entire globe, and the change is coming, and all is going to be good, and blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, I understand what you're saying. The conversation went on, and really and truly, he's gone, the conversation's over, and I shared with him my feelings, and I want to share with you my feelings, because you've heard me talk about this for 2 years, that there's a shift taking place. Change is happening. There's a new consciousness arising. Some of us call it the dawning of a new age, the dawning of a time where enlightenment over and becomes commonplace for everyone. And so he thinks that our friend was kind of new agey, and how she would describe this. And if he hears this description, he's going to think I'm really out there too. But you know what? I am out there. I've been talking about this shift happening for 2 years. I don't know what all of you people thought I was talking about, but this is what I've been talking about. This raising of consciousness. Look what's been happening on this planet in just the last year. Look at the little dictators that have been overthrown. Look at what's going on around the planet right now. People are protesting and standing up and saying, no more. No more. We're not taking it anymore. The only thing we're going to accept from this point forward is integrity, transparency, truth, fairness. No more class sectioning. You're not going to make us into the poor class of people that can't stand up for themselves. We are the people, and we are going to stand up and have our say. And our say will be our will, and our will prevail. So I mean, it's been going on around the globe. It's going on in the United States. It's going on in our communities. It's going on as a country. And it's going on as a planetary movement. It cannot be stopped. I'm telling you, what's happening is I've been calling it the awakening, the shift, the raising of consciousness, the golden dawn, the raising of the golden dawn, the rising of the golden dawn. All of those things pertain to this. Population of this planet is to a point where they are beginning to understand that there are some critical situations going on, and the way that we've been governed is leading us into catastrophic ways of life. We're beginning to understand, because there's so many of us, we're starting to understand that just because he's a different color than me, that's not a reason for me not to love him. We are all one. Just because he believes differently than me, it's not a reason for me not to love him. This is what's going on. It's the awakening, the raising of consciousness, where people are now beginning to realize that we are one. We are one. I am you, you are me. I am that, you are that. We all are that. We are the world, people. We are. And we can change the world. We are changing the world. And look at it. I mean, it's so beautiful. Basically, we're doing it in peaceful movements. I mean, the violence is not there like it has been in the past. We understand that we must move forward peacefully and in love. But we're just not going to allow our leaders and certain elements of our communities to destroy us anymore and to rule us. And we're going to put fear aside. Fear has no place anymore. And we're going to put it aside. We're not going to let the fearmongers run around with their guns and hold us hostage and make us afraid. We're going to stand up. You come at us with a gun, you might get shot. You come at us with a knife, you might get shot. You come at us with love, you will get love back. This is what it's about. It's all about love. Let's be in love. Let's love our neighbors. Let's love our brothers and our sisters. No matter what color they are, no matter what nationality they are, no matter what religion they are, let's love them. We can have peace. We can have planetary peace. We can have love throughout our planet. There is no need for us to be in competition with one another. And as this consciousness grows, and you're really going to see it kick, you're going to see it kick big time in 2012. In the times after 2012, this is basically here in 2011 has been a starting point. 2012 is going to be a continuation and a picking up of speed, so to speak, and carrying this movement forward. And then in the years to follow 2012, I think what we're going to see is love pervading the entire planet. We're all going to realize that we are one, that we have to get along, and that all the problems that exist in China are problems that exist for the U.S. too. Problems that exist in South America are problems that are problems for India also. The problems of the people in Africa are the problems of people in Europe. And we have to solve these problems as a unit, because that's what we are. We are one. We need to recognize this oneness and allow this oneness to set the course for our future. And if we do that, it will be in harmony with nature, and what we do at home will be beneficial for the people that live in another part of the world. And the people that live in that part of the world will understand that they're not alone. They are part of the whole. And the decisions that we make to govern ourselves will be decisions that are made for the good of all. For the good of all. Because if it's not good for me, it's not good for you. If it's not good for you, it's not good for me. And this is the kind of thinking that we're going to see that comes forth 2012 and beyond. And when that kind of thinking starts to penetrate the masses and takes over the mass consciousness, we're going to see the whole world awaken. We'll see the answers to what we've called problems, for age-old problems, are going to just dissolve away, because our mass consciousness, our collective consciousness, will be so focused on the oneness of us all that now we can begin to see past these problems and see the solutions or the answers to these problems. This is what Akasha Shabba Khaan sees coming in the future. It's been a glorious 2011. It's been fantastic. For old Akasha, it's been really good. Came out of purgatory. Woohoo! What a deal. I am so glad to be out of purgatory. I've stepped into the light. I realize now that from here forward, I am in control. I manifest my destiny. And it's not left in the hands of the evildoers. It's in my hands. It's in my control. And I can manifest whatever life that I choose. And you know what? You can too. All you have to do is flip that switch in your head that says, I am no longer going to be held hostage. I am free. I am free. I am love. And I can do, be, or have whatever it is that I want to be, do, or have. We all have that within us. And whenever we step into that mindset, we are stepping out of purgatory and understanding that our suffering is over. We've paid our suffering. And now it's time to reap what we have sown. And from here forth, we can sow the proper seeds so that we can harvest what it is that we choose. We can grow whatever it is that we choose to grow. And it doesn't have to be lack, but it will be abundance and love for everyone. For everyone. Hey, this is Akasha Shabba Khaan. I hope every one of you has a beautiful, glorious new year. Be careful, celebrate safely, and remember this: path to the temple is the temple, and the temple is love. Peace out.